Yeah.
Vero, you ready to let people in?
Yeah. Sorry, it was just, yeah.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Buenos dias.
Good morning.
Buenos dias.
Good
Good
morning.
morning. I see so many new faces, returning faces. I'm so sorry it took us so long to bring back the salon, but we're trying to get it consistent now. For those of you who are new and don't know who I am, my name is Angie, and I'm the Executive Director of Dominican Writers Association. And every Sunday for the past 4 years, since the start of the pandemic, we have been hosting free Sunday writing salons. Every Sunday at 11 a.m., unless it falls on a holiday, we host a free Sunday salon, and it's a BIPOC writing space, right? Where you could come in, take writing workshops, explore different genres, network with other writers. It ends up becoming like a family because a lot of our writers are consistently coming in every Sunday. So it's a great way for you to meet other writers, for you to share information, for you to, get your juices flowing. If you're just starting to write, if you feel stuck, if you feel like you just need to try something different, then this is definitely the place for you. I'm always available for consultations, but you got to book that through the website if there's something very specific that you need. What else? We also record every session, but they're not public. They're just for our archive. If it happens that you attended a session and you need to leave early and you want the video, we will email it to you only, but we don't email it like put it on a YouTube channel and everybody go watch it. No, because people here are share very vulnerable things. They get into their feelings about certain topics, and we want to maintain that safe space for you folks to do so. Okay, so I have an event at the Met Cloisters all afternoon, so I am leaving. But Ruth here is our DWA volunteer. Veronica is our facilitator. So cualquier cosa, anything, bother those two, okay? We already started recording actually, so just in case anyone feels like, oh my God, yeah, we're recording. So yeah, I am going to make you the host, Ruth, okay, because I'm leaving. But as soon as you end the workshop, the recording will stop and it goes to the cloud, okay? So you don't need to worry about anything.
La
Right?
nube.
So let me, where do I do it? Make host.
And then I'm trying to share my screen real quick. Hi, Pam. Hi, Janet. I don't think I've seen you, Janet. Or maybe I have.
This is my first time.
Joining Dominican Writers Anything?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, joining the meetings. Yeah, definitely.
How did you find out about the meetings, Janet?
I don't know. How did I find out about the meetings? I know that I started receiving the newsletter.
Ahora un momento, perdón.
Okay.
But then after that, I started receiving the newsletter. I could never make a meeting. And then I saw the thing about submitting to the anthology or something.
Anthology, the bane of my existence.
Oh no.
I
But
had
see,
to cancel it.
it's the pain of is the bane of your existence.
Yeah, we had an issue with the people who were publishing the anthology, so I pulled out.
Oh,
But I plan to, like, it's just crazy. People want things like yesterday, and they're like, "Yeah, can you put this anthology together in 2 months?" And I said, "Absolutely
wow.
not." Like, it literally takes us a year to put together an anthology, and you want me to do this in 2 months and for it to
Wow.
be a body of quality work. So I was like, yo no voy a pasar vergüenza. I'm not
Yeah.
doing this in 2 months. So I was like, you
Yeah.
know what? I'm gonna pull out. I emailed all the contributors and I was like, we're gonna pick it up in January and
Okay.
we're gonna do this the right way. because I also felt bad. Everyone was so excited about contributing. So there's like a few anthology submissions coming up. We also want to do a sci-fi anthology, like the second one, because we did Kislaona, which was the first one, and now we want to put out a second one. So yeah, okay. So good, through our newsletter. Sakira, am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Sakira.
Sakira, okay. You're new here.
It's been a while. I've come a couple of times, but I think the last time was December of last year.
Okay. Why you dropped out?
Like,
Come back to us. What happened?
I relocated from New York to North Carolina.
Okay. Is there a time difference on? No, right? Because it's still on the East Coast, right?
Just write down.
Okay. Were you hit by Milton or?
So my friend knows Cleaver, and I took a workshop with Cleaver, and Cleaver changed my life.
I hope he bought his book.
Yes, and I
Okay.
bought it and gifted it for Christmas. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
Nice. Well,
I'm
welcome back. We hope you become a consistent participant of the salon. And also, if you guys have any ideas, any suggestions of things that you want to see within the Writer's Salon, this is your space. So feel free to DM Dominican Writers on Instagram or send us an email and let us know if there's anything that we could do for you. Pameli, you've been here before?
No, this is my first time. I'm
You
actually
look
a
so
friend.
young, Pameli. How old are you?
Oh my God. I'm glad people say that. So when I turn 50, I'm gonna look 25. I'm
Yes,
actually 20.
girl.
I'm
You look like you're in your
28.
teens.
Yeah, no, I'm 28.
Okay,
Pushing 30 pretty soon. So I'm glad to be going into the third floor pretty soon. But yeah, I'm a friend of Veronica and she recommended to join the session. So
good. Okay,
I'm proud to
Veronica doing
be
her
part of
thing.
this. Thank
I'm
you.
good.
And
And
Ina, who's Ina? Can you rename yourself so that Veronica knows who she's calling on?
don't worry, I'm not going to be calling on a lot of people, but I will be going over my goals in a second.
And Daileni, I think you're new, right?
Yeah,
Prenda
she's
tu cámara, mi gente. Turn on your camera. Let other folks see you.
Delaney's one of my friends. She's actually on her way to Six Flags, so she's gonna
See?
get a little writing done
Oh
on
my
in the
God.
car.
What? How are you gonna do this workshop on a merry-go-round or something?
Listen, we can
Roller
write
coaster.
anywhere. That's what I'm trying to make us focus on for today. Okay,
And
well, let me go
Kimberly's been
over
here before.
who has. Oh, Kimberly. Yeah, I recognize your name, Kimberly.
Hi,
Okay.
good morning.
No, see, notice how it's mostly women who be working on their craft.
Love that.
Men be like, I don't got nothing else to learn. And we're like constantly evolving and learning new things and making ourselves better, you see?
Yep. I have no
Anyway,
comment.
Veronica, I'm gonna leave you alone. And have a great writing workshop, ladies.
All right, perfect.
Bye.
Bye. Good luck today.
Thank you.
See you soon. Okay, I am a little bit of a viejita when it comes to Zoom. So y'all see my screen, right? Okay. Okay, so we're a little behind schedule, but really the point of this, and I'll actually go backwards. The point of this is to get some writing done. I've been to so many writing workshops. I don't feel like we have a lack of inspiration right now. I feel like we have a ton of inspiration, a ton of shit we want to do, a ton of ideas, but a lot of it is sitting down and working on something creative, whether that's a song you're working on today, you're outlining your website, you're getting some writing done. So that's really the point of this. And then the other thing is more selfish on my part. It's for y'all to be witnessed. I feel like being witnessed, especially in one of your truest forms, you're never gonna like there's not too many times you can be witnessed, right? Like we can always be witnessed more. And so if you're feeling brave today, I would invite you all to share. There's only going to be 2 share out moments. So I'll explain that in a second. But I would love that. And I think it can fill your cup for actually weeks to come, even if it's only reading 3 lines. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a short warm-up exercise. It's not a writing exercise necessarily. It's more of actually like a working on our subconscious before we create exercise. And then we're going to do a really quick share out. And then we're going to go into 2 Pomodoros. We might have to shorten the last one and there'll be a share out. So have y'all heard about Pomodoros? Do y'all do it? Yeah, no, Pam. Um, I don't really know what it started from, but it started from like the idea that pomodoro means tomato in Italian, and it's those little kitchen clocks actually have one where like if you turn it, it times it, and it's the idea that when you give yourself a certain amount of time to focus, then that's all you have, right? So if I'm going to do 10 minutes of this or 25 minutes of this, that's the only thing I'm going to do. And as someone who has ADD, I've had to look up so many ways for me to focus. And selfishly, I use people. Like I love people's energy. I like working alongside people. It's a coffee shop, whatever it is. And then I have to time almost everything I do. I don't know how it took me 10 years to realize I have ADD, even though I used to time myself in high school, like, okay, 5 minutes for makeup, 10 minutes for this. Because otherwise, next thing you know, I'm like, la, 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 I'm just doing all these other stuff. So that's how it started. But I started doing them because when I started working in tech, it was really intense and I needed a way to just sit my ass down and concentrate. So we're going to do that today. We're going to use a little kitty. It's one of my favorite Pomodoros, and then they will be timing us. Okay, so let's start with our exercise. What the first thing we're going to do is before I sit down and I create something, whether it's a piece or I'm working on something I'm studying something that's really hard, I do this exercise that works on your subconscious mind, right? So before you sit down, no matter what, you're going to have things that are bothering you, and it's going to be related to the craft. So it might be, I'm not, I don't feel like a writer. I'm afraid I'm not good enough. But it doesn't always have to be related to creativity. Sometimes what's preventing you from fully sitting down and doing your thing could be other fears. I'm afraid I'm never going to find someone. I'm afraid that my family's never going to change. I'm afraid that, I don't know, like I'm not looking good lately, whatever it is. And so we're actually going to do a quick fears exercise. So I'm going to set a timer for 5 minutes and we're going to sit and we're going to write all of our fears related to the thing that you're going to work on today. Before we begin, do y'all have an idea of what you want to work on today? I know I dragged some of y'all here, but I'll write mine in the chat.
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, do y'all have an idea of what you want to work on today, a piece or a creative thing?
For me, a poem. I've been writing a lot of poetry recently,
Nice.
so I think that's what I'm hoping for to get the inspiration for that. So,
Amazing. I wrote a piece for my Substack. Okay, no, a song, but I don't know what yet. Yeah. Okay, just write. Yeah, like stream of consciousness. You're torn. Can we help you out? Are you torn because you're choosing between two things or?
Yeah, but I think as we go along, I think this is probably going to help me figure out like what's the one that I want to work on.
Perfect. Maybe I will wing it. Yep. That's exactly it. I think it's just about sitting down to the paper or the screen. Okay, great. So I'm gonna set, can you all see this screen? Like I said, I'm Viejita over here. You can see the 5 minutes.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, so everyone start a doc and we're gonna do 5 minutes of your fears. And I want you guys, I want the place where you're the most honest always to be the page with yourself, right? So if there's a fear that low key you kind of don't even want to say aloud, you don't have to share it, but I would just write it down, right? So if it's like, I'm afraid I'm the worst, I don't care, just put it down because we want to get those fears away from us, or not even away. We just want to kind of acknowledge them, put them aside, and then get down to do whatever we want to do in life. Okay, sound good? Oh, wait, I don't want y'all to see my screen. Hold on. Let me open up another doc. Let me not have put myself on blast like that. Okay, and we're gonna start now. Do y'all need more time or are you good? You got all your fears down?
Yeah.
Nice. Is anyone feeling brave enough to share some parts of their fears?
I just say that, like, at one point I was like, oh my God, like, are there more fears? Jesus, this is already terrible.
They kept coming out. Yes.
And then when you said you need more time, I'm like, no.
You're like, no, I'm trying. I don't want to see all this basura in my head. Yeah. But that's the thing. They're still there beside us. Like, even if we don't talk about it or write about it, they're just sitting right next to us while we sit down to do anything creative or anything that we want in life. Okay, I think I'm gonna share it because I want y'all. You don't have to share it today, so don't worry about this part. Oh hey, Frederick, that's my brother. But I would, encourage you if you feel welcome. This is actually an interesting exercise where you're getting out something that maybe you would never say aloud. So I'll read mine. Let me see if there's anything I don't want to say to y'all. um, okay. I'm afraid that I'm secretly a fake. I'm afraid that I'm wasting my own time. I'm afraid that I'll never be as good as those other writers. I'm afraid that I won't devote myself to what I want in life. I'm afraid I'll self-sabotage when it comes to love. I'm afraid I'll spread myself too thin. I'm afraid I won't ever go beyond my comfortable communities. I'm afraid that I'm sharing too much. I'm afraid that I'm sharing too little. I'm afraid that I can't transfer what's in my head onto paper. I'm afraid that I'm playing myself when it comes to me wanting to be a software engineer. I'm afraid that I'm going to have all of these ideas and never actually do any of them. I'm afraid that it's too late. Thanks.
Thank you.
Anyone else? No pressure.
I'll read mine.
Okay.
I fear I'll never be able to focus long enough to finish a project. I fear I don't have the endurance to see one article backed by a goal to the end. That I will only work better when I'm floating on vibes, or I'll only write better when I'm floating on vibes. I feel my desire for some kind of notoriety will be met with my own stack of dusty materials I was too afraid to share. And so why get started now? Why get started again? I fear I don't know how to reach my audience. I fear they will not take me seriously. Am I full of myself or my thoughts? Don't you have to be a little full of yourself to serve yourself to the public? Am I thinking about this the right way? I fear living a life that is one elongated platitude.
That was beautiful. That was relatable. Janet, were you trying to say something?
No, I just said very relatable. Very relatable.
Oh, yeah. It's interesting when we do share our neuroses, how much other people can relate. I used to be someone who never wanted people to even get close to my journals. I journaled since I was 9. And something about finally starting to share my writing and sharing these parts of me that I used to hide or dislike. If someone opens my diary, I'm like, listen, you're just gonna get a bunch of neurotic, like kind of like where you were doing it's Sakira, right? Where you were like, I'm afraid of this, but am I even thinking about it the right way? Or should it be this? You're just all going in circles. I'm like, listen, you can open it, but it's a lot of neuroses. And I bet you have the same mind too.
Yeah,
Okay.
hearing yours, I was like, wow, this is so relatable. And it gave me something to share mine.
Nice. Okay. Anyone else? No hay presión, but if you want to let your subconscious little ego, little mind, little neuroses.
I think Leela's volunteering.
Hi,
Ah,
let me
Hi,
check it
Leela.
out. Yeah. See, hi Ruth. Hi Veronica. I'll share. So I wrote less and less lately I am afraid, or less and less lately am I afraid. Practicing courage in the moments that call for courage, even when it takes me a moment to gather myself. I can acknowledge the growth, like letting someone who I just met that I don't want to be touched. giving myself permission to move, to breathe, to speak, to write, to express myself. I am letting go of being afraid.
Wow, that's beautiful. What's the secret? Damn.
No secret. But I think what this brings up for me is I've been thinking a lot of like the I am and just being more careful and going back to that practice of being more careful about what I connect myself to, my being, what expression follows that I am. And so I was struggling with saying there's something that I struggle with when with saying I am afraid. I don't think that that's it for me. I think there's way more nuance in there, and I love how you frame this. Like kind of thinking about fears. But for me, I think it's important to think about, yeah, my relationship to fears, and also like my relationships to my being, and how I disconnect from like this way of being that has been imposed on me and not necessarily coming from my essence.
I like that. Yeah. Yeah. It's really what do you need to get down on paper before you get down to it. So I like that. Okay, great. Anyone else get inspired? Okay. Otherwise, let's decorate our cat. Pam, or not Pam, just wanna Janet, what should our cat color be?
Purple? Purple is always my favorite color.
I think we can make the background purple and then maybe an orange cat. But and then the eyes, I don't know, green. It's a little scary. Okay.
This is cute. I'm not familiar with this.
It's a pomodorokitty.com.
I'm gonna look into it.
Yeah, it's just a different way. I also use I'm obsessed with like hit timers. This is the way I get my stuff done. Otherwise, my brain
Yeah.
will
I
go.
usually use my phone, but I like this.
Yeah, it meows when it's done.
That's
Um,
adorable.
yeah. Okay, so we're about to begin our first pomo. Feel free to go off camera. Um, my one ask of y'all would be right now. I should have also had y'all do this, but right now I have like a million things I want to do besides this. Like I'm like, I gotta text this person back. I gotta work on my resume because I'm trying to look for jobs. So don't feel pressure necessarily work on something that is creative, but feel free to feel that like dissonance of like I kind of want to low key wash the dishes instead. But go off camera, but see if you can work on something that you care about that's creative. Because no, there's always going to be other shit that you have to do. So how can you take even if it's one pomodoro that you finish today? So I'm gonna click start, and then we're all gonna start our writing session. And then during the 5 minutes, we're gonna write in the chat and like be like, whatever it is, what's something that you felt, what's something that maybe you want to share a line that you liked. This is kind of like our being witnessed of 5 minutes, or even just connecting and using this community and our energy right now today to lean on each other, knowing that like, okay, I know Pam's working on something, like I'm gonna follow her, whatever it is. It's just like we have each other's back. So I'm gonna click start. Does anyone have any questions or thoughts? Cool. And go.
So,
Oh, what's up?
sorry, I was gonna ask. So we can work on anything we want, and then at the end we can share what we've worked on.
Yep. So we're gonna do 5 minutes in the middle of like a quick reflection, like how's it going? What do you feel? Did anything come up? Like those fears or whatever Lila said, like a thoughts that you wrote down before, did those come up? So if you were afraid you're not a good writer, is that coming up? Or if there's a line that you really liked, and then we'll do a second Pomodoro on anything that you're working on right now. So the point of this is not really to give y'all like creative exercises. I feel like we kind of all have an idea of what we'd want to get done. And
Yeah.
this is about like let's do it together. Let's lean on each other because this is what community is all about.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. And go. First Pomo. Dang, you guys didn't get the meow, but the cat just meowed. Welcome back. What's up? I'm curious, you can write in the chat or say, but what did it feel like not only to write or any thoughts around the writing, what it felt like to write, or even what it felt like to see the timer? Like, did that help? Sometimes it gives people anxiety, so it just depends. I think we're all finding our style of how do we bring our ideas into life.
I actually, I because I'm writing on the computer, I put the where I was writing over the screen, so I didn't get to see the lovely cat. But it was good to know that there were other people somewhere in the same space, in a different area, but at the same time working on their own things. Como que that helped me to like, you know, get in there when I was having a little bit of resistance to write. So thank you for this space.
Yeah, I like that. I kind of reflected on it this morning, and there's actually something vulnerable about admitting that it's easier for me to get stuff done with people because like it's an admittance of the fact that we're interconnected and we're relying on each other. But I do think it's a beautiful way for artists to get stuff done, and they say that for artists to keep making art, they really do need a strong community to lean on. It held you accountable. Yeah. I feel the same way. I'm kind of tired. I'm like still waking up. So part of me was like, oh, I want to go, what do anything else. Like there's a part of you that it's not that you don't want to write. I want to be here with y'all, but there's also this like little devil on my shoulder being like, go do anything else. You know what I mean? Like go clean. Like my desk kind of is a mess right now. Or go, I felt my phone buzzing a little bit. I'm like, I kind of want to check that. What about your pieces or your writing? Does anyone want to read anything? No pressure. Or even how is the writing, the actual writing?
I feel like I'm finally finding a good flow. Like I have felt really stagnant for the last week. Like I've been putting ideas out there and I'm telling myself one article per month until the new year. And as I sit down, I don't know, it's like walking backwards with two left feet. It's like not coming out. So working with y'all has been helpful because now it's flowing and I have another piece already like cooking from what I'm doing now. So that's really nice. So this is helpful. Pomodoro always wins for me.
Nice. Oh, so did you work on the piece you drafted or a new piece today?
So I started working on the first piece and then I was able to draft a significant chunk of the next one because my mind also will go all over the place. And I was like, hold on, I have it now. So I got to drop it now. And then like I came back to the first piece and I was able to keep on going. So that feels really good.
Hell yeah, yeah. There's no right or wrong. I like that you gave a little love to the old piece, gave a little love to the new piece. That's dope. Lila, I saw your hand raised before Kimberly. Did you wanna?
Yeah, I thought I meant to lower my hand thinking that it was still raised, but I'm gonna practice some courage and read what the piece that I wrote. I I use this time to explore a character that I'm falling in love with. And I kind of use this inspiration of like the I am. Um I am earth body shifting, bodies moving across mass. I am stars shining and dimming and breathing and dying again and again. Across galaxies, I am healer and ailing, a soft touch that soothes, a burst of anger and rage. We are our own medicine, bitter, expelling toxins, atrabaos, salt of the earth that soaks up sacred water bodies, bone and marrow, un caldito de patica de pollo, una muchachita vieja. I am papa's finger strumming um, through un bolero, manoseando muchachitas del campo. I am curucucú de mamá. I am my ancestors' prayer and promise. I am golden red and brown child, la vispita de la vispita, when currents blowing through. Yo soy hija legítima.
Nice. I love that. That was beautiful. I like when you said, what is it?
That's something my mom, I don't know if others who are from the Dominican Republic have heard this word, but this is something that my family we use, kuru kuku, which just means like kuru kuku, kuru kuku de mama. It's
Oh,
something we call the babies in our family, or at least that's what my mom used for us.
oh, my parents never used that. No, I like that. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for letting us witness you. Kimberly, did you have any reflections or wanted to share?
No, well, I want to shout out to Sakura, because did I say it right? And now Lilia that read the poem, but now it makes me feel like I want to read again also. Um, so this is like a song book that I've been thinking for like a month, but now it finally got the time to do it. So let's see. Marinero, 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 toma tu velero, que el viento va soplando hacia la mar, las olas bailando al ritmo de este danzón. Marinero, marinero, a lo lejos veo la tierra del deseo. Me llaman el gran puerto de México, las jaranas que al compás de las olas bailan cualquier son que tengan sabor. Y es que en esta villa rica de la Veracruz, mis hermanos los Villalobos alegran cualquier son que se cante del corazón. Marinero, marinero, cuéntame más de esas, I'm sorry, I'm sick. Marinero, marinero, cuéntame más de esa travesía por la mar, donde viste una isla y la maravilla de su vida en la Portugal. Marinero, marinero, cuando las olas fueron recias que casi viste a la flaca llegar. I'm still developed because I know it's to be continue, but I love it. I really love it. I really love it.
That's so
And I hope
cute.
you like it.
I see, me encantó. I love how you rhymed it too. I also love watching your little carita light up when you're like, I love it. It's just like it's a little baby right now, but the fact that you're giving it love and you're not like machacándolo like how we do sometimes with our baby ideas. I don't know if you've heard the idea of like when your idea is like in the middle or it's just being born, like you really do need to treat it with such kindness, the same way you would a baby, because otherwise they basically get afraid and then they don't want to be fully, they don't want to grow up, right? And they don't want to be fully born or come into life fully. That was cute. Thank you for sharing. That was beautiful. ¿Alguien más? Anyone else? All right, y'all are brave. Okay, so one thing I want to reflect on is the fact that the second Pomodoro sometimes is the hardest for me. I'm like, all right, done. You don't know if you're like, there's a part of my brain that's like, okay, great, 25 minutes done. Let's go. Like, close the laptop. So see if that comes up for you. And then similar to Sakira, I actually changed whatever I was working on. So sometimes it's just about like sitting down. It doesn't even have to be exactly the piece that you intended to write. So I'm writing on something else about my grandma. So that was nice. Okay, we're gonna go into the second poem. Notice if you feel any resistance to the second one, because sometimes that happens, right? It's kind of like we get that motivation, and we're so used to only writing sometimes when we have like that motivation. I think someone said like writing on vibes. I'm like, yes, I get that. I'm always like, I have to wait for the coffee to hit, the dopamine to be there. Everything has to be right. I'm like, but sometimes it's about teaching your body that you can be on the page when you're tired, when you're not feeling motivated at all, and just be there, right? Even if you're writing like shit words, it doesn't matter. So kind of teaching yourself that dedication. Okay, are we ready? Does anyone else have anything to get off their chest? Okay. All right, Kitty, bring us home. And then we'll do like a quick little reflection after, and then we'll say goodbye. Okay, and go.
yeah, we heard it this time.
That scared the shit out of me, not gonna lie.
I love it. I'm gonna use this.
Do it to it. All right, well, thanks for going over. How we feeling? Good.
I forgot
Any
where I was for a minute there.
Oh, really? You were that
I got in the zone.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh my God. This is
That's
great.
so good. Good. Yeah, body doubling. I'm telling you. I actually pitched this idea to Angie because I felt like we have a lot of workshops. I think sometimes as artists, we can use these workshops as a way to not get our shit done. We're like, let me go to another workshop and another workshop and another workshop. And now we're just doing a bunch of prompts, which is amazing. Like it fills your cup, but it almost feels like we're avoiding something sometimes when we go to the next one and the next one. It's like, okay, girl, I think you have enough ideas now. So I'm thankful that y'all confided in me, or not confided in me, but trusted me today. And did the damn thing. I'm proud of everybody. Does anyone else want to share out something that they wrote, even if it's a line, to close this out?
I can do a little bit. Ooh, if I can find it.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Okay. I've moved closer to El Ceibo. You could almost say I can see it from here, but you can't. I can almost say I can feel it from here. I'm on the same side of the world. We have to prepare for many of the same storms that form somewhere in the Atlantic. There are palmas with green coconuts swaying over my head. There are framboyanes dropping their seed pods on the ground beneath my feet. Trinitaria dance in fuchsia and naranja over fences, but it really isn't the same. Migration still leaves me mostly alone here. There's more of us on the map now, in New Jersey, Chicago, Texas, and Massachusetts. It doesn't really balance out. There are barrios full of sarmientos that get together in November. There are biases in the history books. There are some zorrillas in El Cuey. There is even a cos, which gave their name to a street in San Pedro de Macorís. There are new children being born every year that my mother still hasn't met. That's it, because it's a long one, but
Wow, I could picture the naranja and the streets of what is it again? San Macori.
San Pedro de Macorís.
Yeah. That was beautiful. Is that fiction?
It's nonfiction. I think it's gonna be, actually, this is something new that I started writing today. So thank you for this, because I think the second time that I did the Pomodoro, como que I let myself just calm down and just do what I wanted to do. So I
Good.
appreciate it. I
That's a
appreciate it.
good thing for you to know, that maybe you can just start with 10 minutes, get some stuff done, then the next one is going to be the productive one for you, or whatever it is, or the first one is going to give you the idea. Well, I appreciate y'all. Anyone else want to share something? Pam, you look a little like you want to share.
So funny. Yeah, no, I've been writing the song for a really, really long time. So history is like my daily life has been trash. So I've always said, like, God, if I'm Mother Teresa or a call center, just let me know. When it comes to dating, because like I feel like a lot of men just need healing. But there was this one guy that I was dating that I was like, damn, like I hate that he was going through a lot of stuff, but like sort of being delusional and saying that I'm the person for him and that he should like call me and reach out to me. So I've been writing this song. It's called Pick Up the Phone. And so like I'm thankful for this workshop. I finally was able to write verse 2 because I had verse 1 done and like the chorus. So me reading it out loud, it's gonna sound different, but me singing it is way different. So I'm just gonna read it to y'all. It says, so many dark days and dark nights. I'm tired of being tied to my own lies. I'll keep it real. I still kind of feel you. What a shame that you're scared to lean into me. Can't keep the past in the past. Don't want this to crash because you're scared about the last time you gave your heart away. That was verse 1. And then the chorus goes, why don't you just pick up the phone and don't leave me alone? Obviously, there's a lot of like ad libs and stuff here. But it's like a riff around like, why don't you just pick up the phone? And then verse 2 says, so many daydreams and wondering what could have been. I know timing for us wasn't right, but what is love if it ain't worth the fight? And then it'll repeat again. I'll keep it real. I still kind of feel you. And then it goes again and again and again. But me singing it is way different. One of these days I'll sing it for y'all with the beat in the background, but that's that.
Wow, I love the line. I just messed it up, but I'm tired of being tied to my own lies. Ooh,
Yeah.
that is so beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. I know it's tough in that because you had to change the medium a little bit, but now you know, right? You have people who, oh, bye, Ruth. Now you have people who when you do finish, we're already going to be like waiting for it. So I think that's what community is all about. It's about having someone to be like, how's that piece going? Even if it's not accountability, really, I wouldn't look at it that way. It's just like having almost like a people that are going to attend your open mic, right? Or like people that are already going to attend your art gallery when your art's made, because we're already like, ooh, that's the suspense, and we can all relate to that feeling that you have. All right, well, thanks everybody.
SoundCloud link.
What'd you say?
I said I'll drop the SoundCloud
you
link.
better. You better. I have so many questions too. I'm like, damn, I want to know about your songwriting process, but I know we're at time. Well, thanks everybody. I feel like everyone shared out too, so I'm really proud of y'all. Let me know how your pieces go. Like, let's just, attend the next one. I'm thinking about doing this once a month where it's more like writing, like just getting stuff done. And then the other workshops will be more, I don't know if you've been to any of them, but I encourage y'all to go where it might be a specific topic, like writing about your past or poetry. So I encourage y'all to do that. And then also maybe getting together to get some writing done too. Okay.
Great.
Un
Thank
abrazo.
you.
Yeah. Un abrazo
you.
grandísimo. Have a good weekend knowing that you started, or rest of your day knowing that you started your day writing. And that's it. You did
Yes.
the thing today.
All right,
Okay.
thank you.
Ladies.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.